Chapter 26. You are to make the tabernacle with 10 tent cloths of fine twisted linen, blue thread, purple wool, and scarlet material. You are to make them with embroidered cherub designs. Each tent cloth will be 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. All the tent cloths are to be the same size. 5 tent cloths are to be joined one to another to form a series, and the other 5 tent cloths will be joined in a series. You will make loops of blue thread on the edge of the one tent cloth at the end of the series, and you are to do the same on the outermost edge of the other set, where it will join. You will make 50 loops on the one tent cloth and 50 loops on the edge of the other tent cloth, so that they will be opposite each other where they join. You are to make 50 gold clasps and join the tent cloths together with the clasps, and the tabernacle will form one unit. You will also make cloths of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle. You will make 11 tent cloths. Each tent cloth will be 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. All 11 tent cloths are to be the same size. You are to join 5 of the tent cloths together and join the other 6 tent cloths together. And you are to fold over the 6th tent cloth at the front of the tent. And you are to make 50 loops on the edge of the one tent cloth, the outermost one in the series, and 50 loops on the edge of the tent cloth at the other place where they join. You are to make 50 copper clasps and put the clasps in the loops and join the tent together, and it will become one unit. The remaining part of the tent cloths will serve as an overhanging. Half of the tent cloth that remains will hang over the back of the tabernacle. The remaining length of the cloths of the tent will serve as an overhanging for the tabernacle, by 1 cubit on each side, in order to cover it. You will also make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and over that a covering of seal skins. You will make the panel frames for the tabernacle out of acacia wood, standing upright. Each panel frame is to be 10 cubits high and 1.5 cubits wide. Each panel frame has 2 tenons joined to each other. That is how you should make all the panel frames of the tabernacle. You are to make 20 panel frames for the south side of the tabernacle, facing south. You will make 40 silver socket pedestals under the 20 panel frames, 2 socket pedestals under the one panel frame for its 2 tenons, and 2 socket pedestals under each following panel frame for its 2 tenons. For the other side of the tabernacle, the northern side, make 20 panel frames and their 40 silver socket pedestals, 2 socket pedestals under one panel frame, and 2 socket pedestals under each following panel frame. For the rear section of the tabernacle to the west, you will make 6 panel frames. You will make 2 panel frames to serve as the 2 rear corner posts of the tabernacle. They should be doubled from the bottom to the top, up to the first ring. This should be done for both of them, and they will form the 2 corner posts. And there will be 8 panel frames, and their 16 silver socket pedestals, 2 socket pedestals under the one panel frame, and 2 socket pedestals under each following panel frame. You will make bars of acacia wood, 5 for the panel frames of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the panel frames of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the panel frames of the side of the tabernacle to the west, for the rear section. The middle bar that runs along the center of the panel frames should extend from end to end. You will overlay the panel frames with gold, and you will make their rings of gold as holders for the bars, and you will overlay the bars with gold. You must set up the tabernacle according to its plan that you were shown in the mountain. You are to make a curtain of blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen. It will be made with cherubs embroidered on it. You will hang it on 4 pillars of acacia overlaid with gold. Their hooks are to be of gold. The pillars are set on 4 socket pedestals of silver. You will hang the curtain under the clasps and bring the Ark of the Testimony there within the curtain. The curtain will make a division for you between the holy and the most holy. You must put the cover on the Ark of the Testimony in the most holy. You will place the table outside the curtain, with the lampstand opposite the table on the south side of the tabernacle, and the table you will put on the north side. You will make a screen for the entrance of the tent out of blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen woven together. You will make 5 pillars of acacia for the screen and overlay them with gold. Their hooks are to be of gold, and you will cast 5 socket pedestals of copper for them. Chapter 27. You will make the altar of acacia wood. It will be 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. The altar should be square and 3 cubits high. You will make horns on its 4 corners. The horns will be part of the altar, and you will overlay the altar with copper. You will make buckets for clearing away its ashes, along with shovels, bowls, forks, and fire holders, and you will make all its utensils of copper. You will make a grating for the altar, a network of copper, and on the network 4 rings of copper at its 4 corners. You will set it down below the rim of the altar, and the network will extend partway down into the altar. You will make poles of acacia wood for the altar and overlay them with copper. The poles will be inserted into the rings, so that the poles are on the 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. You will make the altar in the form of a hollow chest of planks. It should be made just as he showed you on the mountain. You will make the courtyard of the tabernacle. For the south side, facing south, the courtyard will have hanging curtains of fine twisted linen, 100 cubits long for the one side. It will have 20 pillars with 20 copper socket pedestals. The hooks of the pillars and their connectors are of silver. The hanging curtains for the north side will also be 100 cubits long, along with its 20 pillars and their 20 copper socket pedestals, with silver hooks and connectors for the pillars. There are to be hanging curtains on the west side for 50 cubits, across the width of the courtyard, with 10 pillars and 10 socket pedestals. The width of the courtyard on the east side toward the sunrise is 50 cubits. There will be 15 cubits of hanging curtains on the one side, with 3 pillars and 3 socket pedestals. And for the other side, there will be 15 cubits of hanging curtains, with 3 pillars and 3 socket pedestals. The entrance of the courtyard should have a screen 20 cubits long, made of blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen woven together, with 4 pillars and their 4 socket pedestals. All the pillars surrounding the courtyard will have silver fasteners and silver hooks, but their socket pedestals will be of copper. The courtyard is to be 100 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 5 cubits high, made from fine twisted linen, and it should have copper socket pedestals. All the utensils and the items used in the service of the tabernacle, as well as its tent pins and all the pins of the courtyard, are to be of copper. You are to command the Israelites to bring you pure beaten olive oil for the lighting, in order to keep the lamps burning constantly. In the tent of meeting, outside the curtain that is near the testimony, Aaron and his sons will arrange to keep the lamps lit from evening until morning before Jehovah. It is a lasting statute for all their generations to be carried out by the Israelites. Chapter 28. You are to summon from the Israelites your brother Aaron, along with his sons, so that he may serve as priest to me. Aaron, along with Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron. You are to make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and beauty. You are to speak to all those who are skillful, those whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, and they will make Aaron's garments for his sanctification, so that he may serve as priest to me. These are the garments that they will make: a breastpiece, an ephod, a sleeveless coat, a checkered robe, a turban, and a sash. They will make these holy garments for your brother Aaron and his sons, so that he may serve as priest to me. The skilled workers will use the gold, the blue thread, the purple wool, the scarlet material, and the fine linen. They are to make the ephod of gold, blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen, and it should be embroidered. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces that are joined at the 2 top edges. The woven belt, which is attached to the ephod for tying it securely in position, should be of the same materials: gold, blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen. You are to take 2 onyx stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 names on the one stone, and the 6 remaining names on the other stone, in the order of their births. A stone engraver will engrave the names of the sons of Israel on the 2 stones, as he would engrave a seal. Then you are to have them mounted in gold settings. You are to put the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, as memorial stones for the sons of Israel, and Aaron must carry their names before Jehovah on his 2 shoulder pieces as a memorial. You are to make settings of gold and 2 chains of pure gold, twisted like a cord, and you must attach the corded chains to the settings. You are to have an embroiderer make the breastpiece of judgment. It should be made like the ephod, out of gold, blue thread, purple wool, scarlet material, and fine twisted linen. It should be square when doubled, a span long and a span wide. You should set in it mounted stones, 4 rows of stones. The first row is ruby, topaz, and emerald. The second row is turquoise, sapphire, and jasper. The third row is leshem stone, agate, and amethyst. The fourth row is chrysolite, onyx, and jade. They should be mounted in settings of gold. The stones will correspond to the names of the 12 sons of Israel. Each one should be engraved like a seal, each name representing one of the 12 tribes. You are to make wreathed chains on the breastpiece, like cords of pure gold. You are to make 2 rings of gold for the breastpiece and attach the 2 rings to the 2 ends of the breastpiece. You are to put the 2 cords of gold through the 2 rings at the ends of the breastpiece. You will put the 2 ends of the 2 cords through the 2 settings, and you must attach them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. You are to make 2 rings of gold and set them at the 2 ends on the inside edge of the breastpiece, facing the ephod. You should make 2 more rings of gold on the front of the ephod, below the 2 shoulder pieces, close to where it is joined, above the woven belt of the ephod. The breastpiece should be held in place by a blue cord, tying its rings to the rings of the ephod. This will keep the breastpiece in place on the ephod, above the woven belt. Aaron must carry the names of the sons of Israel on the breastpiece of judgment over his heart when he comes into the Holy, as a constant memorial before Jehovah. You will put the Urim and the Thummim into the breastpiece of judgment, and they must be over Aaron's heart when he comes in before Jehovah. And Aaron must carry the means for making judgments of the Israelites over his heart before Jehovah constantly. You are to make the sleeveless coat of the ephod entirely of blue thread. There will be an opening at the top, in the middle of it. Its opening should have a border woven all around it by a loom worker. It should be like the opening of a coat of mail, so that it will not be torn. You should make pomegranates of blue thread, purple wool, and scarlet material all around its hem, along with bells of gold in between them. You should alternate a bell of gold and a pomegranate, a bell of gold and a pomegranate, all around the hem of the sleeveless coat. It must be worn by Aaron so that he may minister, and the sound from it must be heard when he goes into the sanctuary before Jehovah and when he comes out, so that he will not die. You are to make a shining plate of pure gold and engrave on it, as one would engrave a seal, "Holiness belongs to Jehovah." You must fasten it to the turban with a blue cord. It is to remain on the front of the turban. It will be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron will bear responsibility when someone commits an error against the holy things, which the Israelites sanctify when they offer them as holy gifts. It must always remain on his forehead, so that they may gain approval before Jehovah. You are to weave the checkered robe of fine linen. Make a turban of fine linen, and make a woven sash. You will also make robes, sashes, and headgear for Aaron's sons, for glory and beauty. You will clothe your brother Aaron and his sons with him, and you are to anoint them, and install them, and sanctify them, and they will serve as priests to me. Also, make linen shorts for them, to cover their naked flesh. These are to extend from the hips to the thighs. These must be worn by Aaron and his sons when they come into the tent of meeting, or when they approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so that they may not incur guilt and die. It is a permanent statute for him and his offspring after him. Chapter 29. This is what you are to do to sanctify them, to serve as priests to me. Take a young bull, 2 unblemished rams, unleavened bread, unleavened ring-shaped loaves mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers spread with oil. You are to make them with fine wheat flour, and put them in a basket, and present them in the basket, along with the bull and the 2 rams. You will present Aaron and his sons at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and wash them with water. Then you are to take the garments and clothe Aaron with the robe, the sleeveless coat of the ephod, and the breastpiece. And you are to tie the woven belt of the ephod securely around his waist. You will put the turban on his head, and put the holy sign of dedication on the turban, and take the anointing oil and pour it on his head, and anoint him. Then bring his sons forward, and clothe them with the robes, and wrap the sashes around them, Aaron as well as his sons, and put on their headgear, and the priesthood will become theirs as a permanent statute. This is how you should install Aaron and his sons to serve as priests. You are now to present the bull before the tent of meeting, and Aaron and his sons will lay their hands on the bull's head. Slaughter the bull before Jehovah at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Take some of the bull's blood on your finger and put it on the horns of the altar, and pour out all the rest of the blood at the base of the altar. Then take all the fat that covers the intestines, the appendage on the liver, and the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them, and burn them, so that they smoke on the altar. But the bull's flesh and its skin and its dung you will burn with fire outside the camp. It is a sin offering. Then take the 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons are to lay their hands on the ram's head. Slaughter the ram, and take its blood and sprinkle it on all sides of the altar. Cut the ram into its pieces, and wash its intestines and its shanks, and arrange the pieces together with its head. You must burn the entire ram, making it smoke on the altar. It is a burnt offering to Jehovah, a pleasing aroma. It is an offering made by fire to Jehovah. Next, you are to take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons are to lay their hands on the ram's head. Slaughter the ram, and take some of its blood, and put it on Aaron's right earlobe, and on his son's right earlobe, and on the thumb of their right hand, and the big toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood on all sides of the altar. Then take some of the blood that is on the altar, and some of the anointing oil, and spatter it on Aaron and his garments, and on his sons and his sons' garments, so that he and his garments, and his sons and their garments may be holy. Then take from the ram the fat tail, the fat that covers the intestines, the appendage of the liver, the 2 kidneys and the fat that is on them, and the right leg, for it is a ram of installation. Take also a round loaf of bread, and a ring-shaped loaf of oiled bread, and a wafer out of the basket of unleavened bread that is before Jehovah. You must place them all in the hands of Aaron and in the hands of his sons, and you are to wave them back and forth as a wave offering before Jehovah. Then you will take them out of their hands and burn them on the altar, on top of the burnt offering, as a pleasing aroma before Jehovah. It is an offering made by fire to Jehovah. Then take the breast of the ram of installation, which is offered in behalf of Aaron, and wave it back and forth as a wave offering before Jehovah, and it will become your portion. You are to sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the leg of the sacred portion that was waved and that was taken from the ram of installation, from what was offered for Aaron and for his sons. It is to become Aaron's and his sons by a permanent regulation to be carried out by the Israelites, for it is a sacred portion, and it will become a sacred portion to be given by the Israelites. It is their sacred portion for Jehovah from their communion sacrifices. The holy garments that belong to Aaron will be used by his sons after him when they are anointed and installed as priests. The priest from among his sons who succeeds him and who comes into the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place will wear them for 7 days. You will take the ram of installation and boil its flesh in a holy place. Aaron and his sons will eat the flesh of the ram and the bread that is in the basket at the entrance of the tent of meeting. They are to eat the things with which atonement was made to install them as priests and to sanctify them. But an unauthorized person may not eat them, for they are something holy. If any of the flesh of the installation sacrifice and of the bread is left over until the morning, then you must burn what is left with fire. It must not be eaten, for it is something holy. You are to do this way to Aaron and his sons, according to all that I have commanded you. You will take 7 days to install them as priests. You will offer the bull of the sin offering daily for an atonement, and you are to purify the altar from sin by making atonement for it, and you must anoint it to sanctify it. You will take 7 days to make atonement for the altar, and you must sanctify it so that it may become a most holy altar. Anyone who touches the altar is to be holy. This is what you will offer on the altar: 2 one-year-old rams each day continually. Offer the one young ram in the morning and the other ram at twilight. 1/10 part of an ephah measure of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of beaten oil and a drink offering of 1/4 of a hin of wine will go for the first young ram. You will offer the second young ram at twilight, along with the same grain and drink offerings as in the morning. You will render it as a pleasing aroma, an offering made by fire to Jehovah. It is to be a regular burnt offering throughout your generations at the entrance of the tent of meeting before Jehovah, where I will present myself to you, to speak to you there. I will present myself there to the Israelites, and it will be sanctified by my glory. I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar, and I will sanctify Aaron and his sons, so that they may serve as priests to me. I will reside among the people of Israel, and I will be their God. And they will certainly know that I am Jehovah their God, who brought them out of the land of Egypt, so that I may reside among them. I am Jehovah their God. Chapter 30. You are to make an altar as a place for burning incense. You will make it of acacia wood. It should be square, 1 cubit long, 1 cubit wide, and 2 cubits high. Its horns will be one piece with it. You are to overlay it with pure gold, its top surface, its sides all around, and its horns, and you are to make a gold border around it. You will also make 2 rings of gold for it below its border, on 2 opposite sides, and these will hold the poles used to carry it. Make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. You are to put it before the curtain that is near the ark of the testimony, before the cover that is over the testimony, where I will present myself to you. Aaron will burn perfumed incense on it, making it smoke on the altar when he maintains the lamps each morning. Also, when Aaron lights the lamps at twilight, he will burn the incense. It is a regular incense offering before Jehovah throughout your generations. You must not offer on it unauthorized incense, or a burnt offering, or a grain offering, and you must not pour a drink offering on it. Aaron must make atonement on its horns once a year. With some of the blood of the sin offering of the atonement, he will make atonement for it once a year throughout your generations. It is most holy to Jehovah. Then Jehovah said to Moses, "Whenever you take a census and count the sons of Israel, each one must give a ransom for his life to Jehovah at the time of the census. This is so that no plague may be brought upon them when they are registered. This is what all those who are registered will give: a half shekel by the standard shekel of the holy place. 20 gerahs equal a shekel. A half shekel is the contribution to Jehovah. Everyone registered who is 20 years old and up will give Jehovah's contribution. The rich should not give more, and the poor should not give less than the half shekel, as a contribution to Jehovah to make atonement for your lives. You are to take the silver money of the atonement from the Israelites and give it in behalf of the service of the tent of meeting, that it may serve as a remembrance before Jehovah for the Israelites, to make atonement for your lives." Jehovah spoke further to Moses, saying, "Make a copper basin and its stand for washing. Then place it between the tent of meeting and the altar, and put water into it. Aaron and his sons will wash their hands and their feet there. When they go into the tent of meeting, or when they approach the altar to minister and to make offerings of fire and smoke to Jehovah, they will wash with water so that they do not die. They must wash their hands and their feet so that they may not die, and it must serve as a permanent regulation for them, for him and his offspring throughout their generations." Jehovah continued to speak to Moses, "Next, take the choicest perfumes, 500 units of solidified myrrh, and half that amount, 250 units of sweet cinnamon, 250 units of sweet calamus, and 500 units of cassia, measured by the standard shekel of the holy place, along with a hin of olive oil. Then make out of it a holy anointing oil. It should be skillfully blended together. It is to be a holy anointing oil. You are to anoint the tent of meeting and the ark of the testimony with it, as well as the table and all its utensils, the lampstand and its utensils, the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering and all its utensils, and the basin and its stand. You must sanctify them, that they may become most holy. Anyone touching them is to be holy. And you will anoint Aaron and his sons, and sanctify them to serve as priests to me. You will speak to the Israelites, saying, 'This is to continue as a holy anointing oil to me during your generations. It is not to be applied to the flesh of mankind, and you must not make anything with a composition like it. It is something holy. It is to continue as something holy for you. Anyone who makes an ointment like it, and who puts some of it on an unauthorized person, must be cut off from his people.' Then Jehovah said to Moses, 'Take equal portions of these perfumes, stacte drops, onycha, perfumed galbanum, and pure frankincense. Make it into an incense. The spice mixture should be skillfully blended, salted, pure and holy. You are to pound some of it into fine powder, and put some of it before the testimony in the tent of meeting, where I will present myself to you. It should be most holy to you. You must not make for your own use the incense that you make with this composition. You are to regard it as something holy to Jehovah. Whoever makes any like it to enjoy its smell must be cut off from his people.'